What is up guys, in this tutorial we're going to learn how to place class in separate file. So in order to do that, what we can do is go to your file, click new, and then class, and then write your class name. I'm gonna name my class as Dragon, and go ahead and make sure that this is unchecked. Virtual destructor is unchecked, and hashed instructor, these both are unchecked. So, and make sure that header and implementation file shall be in the same folder. Make sure that this one is checked, and then go ahead and click create, and the new class has been created. Do you want to add it to the current project? Yes, we want to include it, and select the page targets. Go ahead and click OK. Now you see it pretty much we created two files, basically three files for us, because one was created before, and when we created our class it created .h file and .cpp file. And let me go ahead and zoom this a bit so that you can see clearly, and go ahead and zoom at this also, and this one looks perfect. Now what you can do it, you see this main CPP file has include IO stream and using namespace std. So you want to go ahead and copy this and paste it in your dragon.cpp file as well, because both the CPP files should have the same include IO stream and using namespace std. Okay, so go ahead and delete this comment and come in your dragon.h file, the header file, and delete this private and protected, because we're gonna study this in later videos. So this is basically your header file. All the prototypes and all the headers go into this file. So what is the purpose of creating classes in separate files? The purpose of creating classes in separate files is that it makes it easier to work with later in professional environment, or basically if you want to divide your work within your co-workers, or let's say you want to divide your work with your boss, so you can do that. Your .h header file will have all the function prototypes, and all the body of the function and all the functions will be in this .cpp file. And when you're gonna compile it into the source code, basically when you sell your software, you don't want to have access to these header files as well, so your executable program would be in this file. So let's put it this way, placing classes in separate files will make your work easier in future when you create programs in professional environment, and basically when you want to divide your work. So with that little know-how, we can come back to our program. And now you can see that it has already built a constructor, but before that I want to let you guys, let me place my notepad on the side. Okay, let me copy this comment and paste it over here. So this colon in between this is called the binary scope resolution operator, and I hope you can see it. So what is actually happening right here is that it says this constructor is a member of this class. So usually your constructor has a different name, and remember constructor from the previous tutorials. So remember, a constructor gets called automatically whenever we create an object. So what we can do is we can print out anything we want, and I'm gonna print my favorite code, save for the opportunity to invest, and it's not gonna do, it's just gonna print out some random code. So I printed out just to keep the program simple, just to make sure that everything's working. You can have it printed out whatever you want. Now come in the main, and in order to use objects from different classes, what you do is you're going to have to include this header file. So you're gonna have to copy it and paste it over here in the main, so that whenever you later on use the objects from this dragon class, so it's gonna know, oh, you're gonna include objects from the dragon class, so you're gonna have to include this dragon.h header. And now that we have our constructor built, so what we can do is, do I have to, okay, let's just keep this comment. So where was I? Okay, I was, now that we have our constructor doing something, actually it's printing a quote, so now we can go and create an object and just quickly get rid of this. And remember, in order to use the object, what you do is you type the class name, that was dragon, and any object name I'm gonna name it dragon obj or drobj or dobj, keep it simple, and add a semicolon. And now if you go and build and run this program, it works perfectly. Save for the opportunity to invest, and I hope the spelling of opportunity is correct. So now that we have our program fully working, we are now fully able to make classes in separate files. Okay, so now you guys study this tutorial, and if you don't understand, watch it again. And it's better to practice at least 2 times with your code blocks by typing each and every word, not just copying and pasting. So you guys practice this, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. And I guess I have to deal with these dogs in the background.